and welcome to Sports Right Now with Boots and Poops. We are in our studios today with a live audience. All right. Thank you. Okay, we're going to start off in the CFP College Football Playoff. We're going to start off with the Cotton Bowl, Cincinnati versus Alabama. Huge spread in this one. Alabama favored by 13.5. Poops, what do you think?
A lot of people are expecting a blowout. What I don't think people remember, last year, Cincy played Georgia. Georgia thought, you know what Georgia was thought to be earlier. Georgia was favored over Bama. Last year, Cincy lost, but at the final, last minute of the game, 24-21, they basically played Georgia to a standoff.
Yeah.
Georgia was a top quality team then, and it's a top quality team now. Cincinnati may be underestimated here. The people that are talking blowout may not realize what Cincy has. They have got great cornerbacks.
I am going to lay down the facts for you. Bryce Young, 43-4 interception
Basically,
ratio.
it does come down to Bryce Young.
Basically amazing at every single thing.
You're boiling it down to one player.
4,322 yards. Ritter, 30 and 8 at TD inch. Over 1,000 yards shy of Bryce Young.
Maybe true,
Okay.
but do you know Ritter in his career is 44-5? It's the
No,
best record of
I'm
any
gonna
quarterback
say
in
something
Division
about Cincinnati. I'm
I
going to say
football.
something about Cincinnati.
Do you know also?
They have a better run game.
Cincy has a
Ford.
former Bama running back, Ford. Ford has been good.
Ford is good. I'm going to say Cincy has a better run game than Alabama.
I agree with what you're saying about Bryce, though. The difference maker really is Bryce. However, having said that, the advantage that Cincy has, all the pressure is on Bama. Bama has to win or they're a failure. All Cincy has to do is do a decent job. They have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They can play fearless, and I think they will. Their guys are better than people are giving credit for. They have great cornerbacks. So, what Bryce does is he passes. He's got Williams.
Okay.
Williams is a great receiver.
Cincy has no one like Williams.
No,
they have no one like Williams. But I will say a problem for Bryce Young is John Mechie is out with that knee.
Yes, and that gives
It's
an advantage
huge.
because Cincy has two great quarterbacks in Sauce and Kobe. Those guys are both great corners. They're both NFL talent. Those guys are getting drafted and probably drafted high.
Yeah.
So while Williams is a great receiver, no question, Bryce is the best quarterback in the country, maybe the best quarterback for the last 10 years. I would not be surprised if that turned out to be true.
No, I agree.
However, he's really a freshman. He has 1 year's worth of experience. These cornerbacks are going to be playing in the NFL.
It's true. No, it's true.
Cincy could be underestimated. They got nothing to lose. They're going to be playing fearless. This could be a game.
Bolden for Alabama is going to have to play a bigger role at receiver, and Jennings, him too. They need guys to step up at that receiving corps.
Frankly, I think they need to be able to run the ball.
And they need to be able to run the damn ball.
Because if it becomes passing every down, those cornerbacks are going to show up.
Robinson's full health. He is going to be a big part, and he's a guy that can break tackles in the open field. Great speed. He's got a ton of talent. I mean, that's what Alabama needs. He is going to have to play a huge role. And I think he will play a huge role. And that's why I'm taking Alabama.
I'm only taking Alabama for one reason, and that's Bryce Young. Bryce Young is a difference maker. He has been all year.
No, a lot of the reason I'm taking Alabama is obviously Bryce Young. But I think Robinson's going to play a bigger role than he has.
Oh, you love Robinson.
I do.
But I really love that Cincy defense. I love the cornerbacks. I'm very interested to see how Bryce attacks those cornerbacks. We're going to find out. But I think you shouldn't sell Cincy short. I think they're going to put up a respectable performance. I bet Cincy is going to do a better job against Bama than Georgia did a couple of weeks ago.
Doubt it, but okay. Next game, we are going to the Orange Bowl. Michigan versus Georgia. Georgia favored by 7.5.
There have been a lot of tremendous Orange Bowls through the years.
This
Some of the
is gonna
best
be good.
bowl
No.
games
Yeah, this
have
is-
been the Orange Bowl. This thing could be a better game than the first game, without question. I think this boils down to the two lines of Michigan, the O-line and the D-line. Their D-line is what gets all the publicity. You know, they've got Hutch and, is it Ojabi? How do you
Yeah,
say his name? Ojabo?
Oh, they got Hutchinson and Ajabu. Yeah.
Yeah. Hutch is the guy that gets all the credit. He's the guy that's going high in the draft. They're both going in the draft. But Hutch is the one that always gets talked about. But those guys...
those two guys coming around each side, Georgia has no one to protect that.
And Georgia has Bennett for their quarterback. Bennett is not a star.
No. Everyone, if you hear the offensive coordinator saying they can win a championship with Bennett, I don't think so. This guy, he's not super talented. He doesn't look like he has the potential of someone like Bryce Young, or even Ritter. I'd say looks better than him.
They're still a big favorite.
Yes.
Georgia is
That's
a
all
big
because of the
favorite,
defense.
but I don't think they're giving fair amount to what kind of how is Bennett going to perform when he's got two guys bearing down on him that are going to be NFL rushers.
Hutchinson might be the #1 pick.
Him or the Oregon guy. But these guys are going to put a lot of pressure on him. I don't think he's good enough to really. If they had Bryce Young, it'd be a different story.
Hutchinson reminds me of Joey Bosa, coming around the edge.
These guys.
He's the guy he reminds
Bennett
me.
is going to feel pressure every time he drops back to pass. There's no question.
I want to talk about McNamara, though.
But the other thing that doesn't give credit to Michigan is their O-line.
No. Yeah.
They're going to be able to
both
pass and run.
Yes, because they're so good running with Haskins. He is a huge difference maker. But I want to talk about McNamara. He's a field general, and there's no way better to describe that. I mean, he's thrown 4 picks, just like Bryce Young. He hasn't thrown that many TDs, but that's because they run it so much with Haskins. And if they can, they just need Haskins to have a big game, but they just need McNamara to be the way he's been playing. Just like he played a very solid game against Ohio State. That's what they need. They need that consistency out of him that they've seen all year.
He's no star, but I think he's going to get very good protection from his line. He's not. I don't believe he's going to be under the pressure that Bennett is. And he's got a very good running back that takes
Georgia
more
has a great nose tackle, though. That might step up Haskins
no
in the
question.
middle.
But the O-line of Michigan is strong. They don't get credit. They can both open up holes for Haskins and protect their QB. So their QB is going to get. First of all, he's got a running game. That takes some pressure off him already. But he's got an O-line that gives him time to find the receiver. I think they're going to be able to both run and pass on Georgia. Georgia is going to have trouble passing. They may be able to run, but they're going to have a lot of trouble passing, I think. So we're looking at a real game here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
who are you taking?
I really think they're being over-credited in the line here. I think this is a toss-up game.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking Michigan.
Okay.
Who are you taking?
I think it's going to be a great game.
I know, but I think I know who you're taking.
I gotta take Georgia.
I know you. I knew it. I knew.
I also want to see Alabama, Georgia. I don't know if that's having any influence on what I'm saying. But I mean, this is going to be a great game, and I have a
Here's the
big
thing.
feeling.
We're going to find out here. Was Georgia really a great team and just had a fluky bad day against Alabama a couple of weeks ago? Or is Georgia only a team that looked good because they had kind of a powder puff schedule?
Yeah.
We don't know that yet. I think this game is either going to be a close game, coming down to the wire. Either team can win. It's a matter of who has the ball last and what do they do with it. Or
Absolutely.
I think if it isn't a close game, it's going to be Michigan winning comfortably.
No.
I don't think Georgia is going to blow out Michigan. The only time Michigan
I don't
lost,
think that's gonna happen
they
either,
lost
but-
in a very close game. They've looked dominant
To Michigan State.
at the end of the season. Really dominant. And teams win with their big guys in the trenches. I think that favors Michigan.
Okay.
So that's why I'm picking them. But I also think if a team is going to get overwhelmed, I don't think it's going to be Michigan. I don't think they're going to get scared in this game.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. It's Bama against somebody. We're both picking Bama in the other game. I like it to be a little closer than the experts are predicting. But I think it's going to be Michigan, Bama, and I think that's going to be a game everybody's going to love.
Okay. NFL. Okay.
Let's talk Super Bowl.
Let's talk Super Bowl.
It's starting, really, we're coming down to the wire now. And it clearly looks like you gotta favor the Pack and you gotta favor Kansas City.
Who you were down on in the beginning of the year, and I said, don't worry,
I give that
fine.
to you. I give that to you.
Yep, thank you.
I still believe Mahomes is not the Mahomes of the past. But who do you think's got the tougher path to the Super Bowl? I think it's clear cut. I think it's clear cut. The Pack right now look like the best team in the NFL.
I agree.
But I don't think they've got an easy path.
No, they don't. They have to go through Tampa Bay. They got to go through Dallas. Whereas everyone's the same in the AFC. They're all 8-6.
And the Rams are possible. But they're going to have to beat probably two of these three teams. Bucks, that's not going to be easy. Rams, that might not be easy.
Cardinals?
Or the Cardinals, to me, are done.
Yeah, they look bad.
I think it's really the Cowboys, the Bucks, or the Rams. But having to beat two of those three teams, that's not going to be easy. Look on the other side. Who do you think KC is going to have to go through? Probably the Titans, likely. It could be Cincy. It could be the Bills. It could be the Patriots. It could be the Colts.
If the Titans get in, they're going to be way better with Henry back. Because Henry will for sure
be
back in the
assuming
playoffs.
he's back and 90% or better.
Yeah.
We don't know about that. You don't know how injuries heal, what it's going to be like the first game, second game. Yeah. But look at the 2 out of 3 teams. I think KC can float through with like a 80% of their real ability kind of game out of the Chiefs. I think they can get by those teams they're having to face. The Packers have got to play the best if they're going to beat these teams.
Exactly.
If the Cowboys are on with the talent they have, I don't know if the Pack can beat them.
Yeah, I think there's a huge drop.
Now, it's a big risk the Cowboys may not be on.
No, Stafford isn't playing great right now at all.
No, the Rams, I think, are the third option there. But they're very likely going to have to go through the Cowboys and the Bucks.
Yeah.
The Bucks get back players. They get a little healthier. If Tommy B is on, you know what he's done.
Yeah,
he's in the Super Bowl
sure.
every other year.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. I want to talk about, we had a very unfortunate thing happen in the NFL. An irreplaceable human, John Madden, died at the age of 85 Tuesday, December 28th. True, a heartbreak. Unexpected, too.
He had so much influence at every level. You know, one, he was thought to be one of the great coaches of all time. He didn't coach that long. He coached about 10 years.
He was on the biggest game of the week with Al Michaels.
He became he was a great coach, but he became way bigger than this as an announcer.
Not to mention.
Do you know?
Not to mention that he basically created the video. He's named the video game Madden is named after John Madden.
It's like he's had 3 different lives in the sports world. But something you may not know that I think is amazing, it wouldn't be true today. Do you know, about halfway through Madden's career, when he was the lead guy, he was the guy they wanted on every big game. I think he did 8 or 9 Super Bowls, but what caused it to be if it was a big game,
Madden
he was on that thing. The most amazing thing that I don't know has ever happened before, I don't think it'll ever happen again. Madden, in one of those contracts, kind of mid-career for him, he was getting paid more than any NFL player was getting paid.
I know.
That shows you the kind of impact he had. You know, all these different things now they have, like Tony Romo being such a great guy. We all love Tony Romo.
Yeah.
When you're looking at a game, don't you really wish that Tony Romo was the guy doing it if he isn't? Well, that style of broadcasting, that all started with John Madden. You know, he was like a guy that could be sitting in your living room.
He's a hero in the Bay Area with the Raiders.
Yes, he is. But he made it fun. He made it casual.
Yeah,
he came up with all those phrases.
Al Michaels had a speech on him.
Al Michaels loved him.
I know.
He loved doing the work with him. He just made every broadcast fun. whether it was a good game or a bad game.
He made
You
it
just wanted to
interesting.
listen to his stories.
Yeah.
The way
He
he
can always
would.
make the broadcast, even if it's 38-3. He can make the game somewhat interesting.
You know how, I forget who it is, but whatever guy on the Warriors game, when they hit a big three, it's bam.
Oh yeah,
That-
bang! Mike
oh,
Breen.
bang. Yeah, it's bang.
Yeah, Mike
That all
Breen.
started with Madden. He had those things for all different kind of plays. Crazy
Also,
things he'd shout
Mike
out.
Breen is another legend in the NBA.
He is, but he's good at what he does. But Madden was unique.
Yeah.
He was different. Maybe Tony Romo will be like that ultimately, but he was unique, and everyone that kind of grew up watching him is going to miss him.
Yes. How about let's go to COVID in all
There's
sports.
another tragedy.
This is crazy.
It is decimating
Games
sports.
postponed. The NHL, the NFL, the NBA, everything.
The
is
NHL actually paused their season.
I know. Yes,
But
it's
look
crazy.
at it. I believe there are over now 100 players in the NFL that are in the protocol. That is a good chunk of the league.
I know. It's
crazy. And you're looking at now moving into playoffs and everything. There are teams that are, I think it's Philadelphia, the Eagles. I think they are keeping their quarterbacks and their coaches all separated.
Have you heard
So
what
that they don't-
Alabama's also doing? Have you heard what they're doing? They're not going out of their hotel. They're being very conservative about this. They know what they're doing.
One of the college teams, I forget if it's Alabama or one of the others, they're giving everybody the booster. It might be Bama.
Yeah, Alabama's 90%.
But
90% vaccinated with the booster.
yeah, your whole season could go down the tubes, because you can have 10 players catch it like that and they're out. This is showing things up. This has been going on now for what, 2 years?
Yeah.
But I think this makes it to everybody in the country. It's much more visible how everything can change overnight. You know, if we don't just follow things that'll keep people healthy.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal, and it's a big deal in the world, but it's a big deal in the sports world
Yes,
too.
and the NBA is getting also dismantled with it. They're trying to take. I think they're taking maybe the best protocols and.
There are teams without 9 guys out of their 15.
Yep.
They're having to sign people that played 3-4
I
years
know.
ago.
They sign
Guys that are coming in, you're 40-year-old
40-year-olds.
guys that got
I
like a
know.
bit of a gut now. How are they going to play an NBA game?
Yeah,
It's crazy what's happening.
I know. It's another tragedy.
It kind of makes you wonder. You know how the NBA actually got through that year?
The bubble.
Yeah, the bubble year. Are they going to have to do that again? What are they going to do? I don't know. Because right now there are more people getting sick with COVID than at any other time.
I know.
In the whole thing, I think yesterday alone, something like 275,000 Americans tested positive for COVID.
It is
crazy.
It's a tragedy right now in the sports world.
Yeah. We don't mean to equate it with the passing of John Madden.
Yeah.
That's a sad thing. This COVID thing
It's just terrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible.
just a bad thing that's going around. Well, we want to thank our live audience right now.
Yay!
Thank you.
Our
thank
live
you.
audience seems a little sleepy out there.
All right, thank you guys for watching Sports Right Now. We're going to be saying so long from our studios. If you notice, we're somewhere different. We got some snow in the background. Thank you for watching Sports Right Now. We're saying so long from our studios. Goodbye from Sports Right Now.